was it that led you to be Republicans?
Interesting questions. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, extremely poor. Lights, gas, and water off at the same time. Mom addicted to crack cocaine. I grew up in an environment which told me that if you were a Republican, if you were conservative, quite simply, you were a racist. Point blank, period. It didn't matter who you were. That's just what I was taught. So me ever wanting to evaluate or explore the ideology of a conservative was something that was totally off base until one day, having a conversation with an African-American gentleman who was senior, challenged my point of view. Then I went to research and discovered that the Republican Party was actually started in 1854 in opposition to the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which wanted to expand slavery. Every civil rights bill that was passed in part due to Republican support.
How did you, from Compton,
It's crazy, man.
how did you end up being a Republican?
Growing up in Compton, we actually grew up in a conservative household. Christians, stood on the Word of God.
Amen.
And my grandfather and my grandmother were like my parents, and they taught me the ways to go. Voted Democrat for many years. My uncle, a police officer, retired now, is the one that started teaching me about we've been blind and brainwashed. And voting for a party that keeps us in poverty has us voting for food stamps, independency.
Black people are starting to finally wake up, and I love it. I love that when we can do research and understand that the Democrats ain't for black people at all. If you do your research and you see, did you know that Abraham Lincoln was a Republican? He's the one that created and signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Did you know these things? Did you know when black people were freed as slaves, they were Republicans? You really think that if they were freed, they would be loyal to the people that they were freed by, which is Republicans? It's like you got to understand these things. Republicans passed the 14th Amendment. They passed the 15th Amendment. Civil Rights Act of 1866, the Civil Rights Act of 1871, which is the KKK Act. Republicans have always been in favor for black people. Something switched, though. Something turned to where we thought that Democrats were our friend. Why? Because they made us dependent on food stamps, free stuff. Just vote for us. We stopped working hard and understanding what life is about, and we became dependent. That's how the Democrats were able to control black people, by making you get on food stamps, by making you forget about the black father, by making you understand that you need us, so I have to vote for them. Black people just became the new slave of Democrats. We were slaves to Democrats in a different way. They owned our food. They gave us money for food. They gave us housing. What does that sound like? We were a slave to them. Why would we vote for Republicans? They're not giving at us, because Republicans are based on working hard and doing the right thing. Even if you're a Christian, your Christian values don't even line up with the Democrats, especially today. But I'm just glad that the black people are finally waking up. The beautiful thing about research, Google, ChatGPT, we can learn all these things at our fingertips and just find the facts. We're not listening to anybody saying they're for us and they do absolutely nothing for us. But I love the fact that we as black people are waking up. The hardworking black people are waking up. The people that understand that I have to work hard for what I want. Because we still have a lot of us depending on the government. That's the reason why they're still voting blue. You're only voting for blue because that's your new master. That's your new slave owner. You still in the plantation. You're not trying to be better. Master give me food, master give me a house, master give me child care. I create babies, I ruin the black generation. Because you still following master. You just have a new master in a different way. But the real African Americans in this country, the real Christians that are black, of course you'll line up with Republicans because it's the same values. We're not making excuses for why we didn't make it. Oh, I didn't make it because this person. No, you didn't make it because you're lazy. You didn't make it because you didn't do what you needed to do to make that money. That's why you didn't make it. It's not because of nobody's fault. But I just love seeing black people waking up. But this is why we got to educate our kids. This is why we got to make our kids strong. It starts with the youth, right? We all came out of the womb, thought it was Democrats was for us. Oh, we got a black president, they for us. But what did Obama do for black people? Obamacare? What programs did he have for black people for us to be ahead? Zero. What did he do? This is crazy. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at this. 13th Amendment, they abolished slavery. 100% Republican support. 14th Amendment, they gave citizenship to free slaves. 94% Republican support. 15th Amendment, right to vote for all. 100% Republican support. What are we talking about here? What are we really talking about? In effect, the Klan was a military to force serving the interests of the Democrat Party. The KKK was for the Democrats. So why are we still falling into this loop thinking that the Democrats are for us? They not. Am I here to bash Democrats? No, I'm here to read the facts. This is the facts. It says the same thing in ChatGPT. I'm just on my phone right now. But how can you get mad when they're trying to make things better for us, but what they're doing, they're not giving us shit. They're making things fair for us to be able to go out there and get it. That's why y'all don't like Republicans. It's because they not giving us things. Oh, we want reparations. Bro, the people that deserve reparations was the people that were slaves and they got freed. They should have got reparations. We don't deserve reparations. You know what our reparations is? ChatGPT. You know what our reparations is? Able to go down the street without getting hung. You know what our reparations is? Being able to go to college and go to school for free. That's our reparations. You want cash? Why? So you can go to Louis and Gucci? So you can have the Prada, so you can go in the club and ball out for a night? So you can get the Bentley? What do you need reparations for? What are you going to do with the money? You're not willing to learn now with all the things that you have, but you want your handout. But the black Americans that are conservative and Republicans, just look at the type of people they are. People that work, people that grind, people that understand hard work pays off. Then look at the black people that are Democrats. A good amount of them are people that want money, want housing, want free childcare, don't have a father in the home. That's all they do. They have the handout. This is why as a people, we got to start educating ourselves. Oh, they took away black history from the museum, whatever. We should be teaching black history in our household. We're the reason for black history, so we have to teach it, right? Why are you worrying about somebody else to teach us? Because the black history they're teaching us is to scare us. Why do you think there's always slave movies? Why do you think there's always movies that dictate black people in a bad light? It's to keep you enslaved. It's to keep you thinking that you can always be a slave. A lot of y'all slaves in different ways. You slave to the government. You a slave to the luxury brands. You a slave to the car brands. You a slave to social media to look good, to look cute, to get compliments. You're still a slave, just in a different way. So how can you be better? You can be better by educating yourself, creating a nuclear family, putting your money together, creating things, working with each other. That's how you can be better. Supporting one another, not hating on each other. It's not just one of us make it, all of us can make it. But it starts at home. The black father is not respected in the home. This is therefore why he leaves. The black father is not being considered important in the home because women can get money from the government, so they don't need the black man in the home. So he becomes less valuable. Women, your new father, your new daddy is the government. You're the ones pushing the black man out. You're the ones on social media right now talking about black men ain't nothing. I'd rather date a white man. Why? Because he's strong. He's telling you that what you need to be doing for this family because he's putting you in check and making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do and not letting you be no hoe. So that black man is bad? You see it all over social media. Oh, why he go to white woman? Because he's more respected. He's more appreciated. So let's work on this thing as far as building our own and understanding that we're not supposed to be Democrats. Do your research. There's a reason why the Republicans are better for us. Don't listen to me. Chat GBT it and just ask, what has Republicans done for black people? Even President Trump is giving money to HBCUs. Even he's taking off regulations so we can get funding. But y'all just go off of what he says, but look at what he's doing. Get out your feelings, hold yourself accountable, and do what you got to do to make this money. But don't rely on a Democratic Party to give you money. If somebody continue to give you money, what do you learn? You're weak. You're stuck on the boob. That's how you want to live your life? That's how you want to live your life. Because that's how they want you to live your life. Then they make you weak. And the next you know, they're going to be going to the immigrants because we don't need the black people anymore because you guys are weak. You guys don't even vote. You guys can't vote. There's not enough of you anymore. Now that's why they're shifting their attention to the immigrants because there's more. We've used you up for many years. Now we push you to the side, and now we're going to focus on the immigrants. Now we're going to focus on the transgender people because there's more of them than you. Be smart, man. Black people, we have to be smart because if we're not going to be smart, we will forever be at the bottom. Forever. If you keep voting for these Democrats, if you keep falling for the hoop la la, the promises and all of that, you will always be at the bottom.